Hey guys, Tom Mobile back again. This is my second take recording this video. I actually just finished recording a 20-minute review using the Galaxy S24, and for whatever reason it stopped recording after 1 minute 50 seconds. So super annoyed there. Now I have to redo it again. But anyways, so I've been using the Galaxy S24 for a week. I've been documenting my daily journey with this phone. Here's my 1 week recap. With the Galaxy S24, I'm going to talk about some of the things I like about the phone, and after that, I can talk about some of the things I do not like. So Samsung talk a big game about Galaxy AI. I found a lot of the features to be unnecessary or not that useful for everyday basis. And I made a full video on this on day 6, so make sure to check that out after this video if you want to learn more about Galaxy AI. First thing I like about the Galaxy S24 is that the speakers is pretty loud on this phone, and I only noticed it because I still have my Galaxy S22 and then my Galaxy S20. I was listening to YouTube and podcast music on one phone, and I switched over to the Galaxy S24. The S24 is significantly louder. So a lot of the things I like about the S24 are things that Samsung don't really promote or talk about. They mostly just talk about AI, but a lot of the good things about this phone are just the incremental updates, the minor quality of life improvement, and there are a bunch of little things that add up to be a really good experience with this phone. Second of all is the new Gorilla Glass on this phone. Every single year they have a new Gorilla Glass technology. Everything just improved little by little. But with the Gorilla Glass this year, they do a really good job of reducing scratches. All the last few years, no matter what I do with it, just gentle uses, normal uses, taking it out of my pocket, I just find scratches on it. I'm not a big screen protector guy, easy problem to solve. So you don't really like using a screen protector, this will be a great phone. You're not going to get any scratches, at least so far. Within a week I haven't noticed anything. During the last few generations, I noticed scratches right when I take the phone out of the box, and after using it a day or two, there's already scratches. Next thing I like about this phone is it actually works really well in water. Or like near water. If you're showering, there's water hitting it. As you're aware, if you ever used your cell phone in the past, anytime water hit your screen, it just goes crazy. I know OnePlus made a big deal. Are you okay, buddy? I know OnePlus made a big deal about that Aqua Touch. And I think Samsung did a pretty good job with their phone as well. I was able to use this phone in the shower. I can unlock the phone while I'm showering, which is a pretty nice, pleasant surprise. I wasn't expecting to be able to do that. But fingerprint sensor works in the shower. I can actually type in the shower as well with all the water on my phone and hitting the phone. So I was able to at least differentiate the difference between water hitting the phone and also your fingers. In the past, you're not able to do that. You can't really scroll or do a lot of things in the shower. I mean, I personally like to listen to music in the shower, but every now and then I get this great new brilliant idea. I would like to be able to write it down in a notepad or something. And I can't do that with the Galaxy S24, and I wasn't able to do that on prior phones. So great quality of life improvement there. And the fingerprint sensor actually worked really well on this phone. Samsung don't really talk about it. I did some quick research on it. It's still the same size sensor, but it's a newer sensor, so it's definitely a different technology. I don't recall Samsung even mentioned anything about it, but it works so much faster than any of the previous generation. The phone unlocked about 95% of the time with one try. Compared to the previous generation, I would say it's about 80%. There are many times when I touch the sensor and then I gotta touch it again. But with this phone, it works the majority of the time, and it is a great quality of life improvement with the Galaxy S24. Next thing I like is that Android Auto actually works really stable on this phone. I read some articles about it not working well with particular models like Volkswagen. So one thing I learned about Android Auto is there's kind of 3 components to it. One is the phone you're using, another one is the car you're driving, and then I guess the Android Auto itself. So all 3 got to talk to each other. If 2 of them is updated and the car is whatever not updated, then it's not going to be a pleasant experience. Regardless, the only reason why I even mention it is I was coming from the Galaxy S23 FE previously, and with the FE I was having a lot of issues with Android Auto freezing and lagging, even jumping between maps and music. Sometimes it doesn't load. I was having so much issues with it. But when I switch over to Galaxy S24, everything's been fluid, works the way it should. Every app's able to switch very smoothly and easily. Although I remember Samsung talking about something about Android Auto and messaging, AI summary, I didn't really get any pop-up or anything about that. I didn't even know how to turn it on or use it. I was expecting it to be more fluid and straightforward. So a lot of things with these Samsung Galaxy AI, you have to dig into settings or really look into how to find it. And in some cases, I can't even figure out how to use it. Just like the Android Auto Summary thing, not very easy to figure out. Next thing I'd like is the always on display on this phone. Okay, buddy. I'll finish up the pros and I'll do the cons later, since my little guy is not having it right now. In my first video when I shot this, I did not need to carry him, but now I had to redo the video again since, for whatever reason, the S24 just stopped recording after a minute and a half. This time around, I'm using a Galaxy S20 to record. I got the selfie camera on so I can see the recording. Earlier, I was trying to use the main camera because generally the main camera is the better camera, but this will do, I guess. Now I just gotta deal with slightly lower quality and plus see baby while I record this video. But I like the always on display with the Galaxy S24. Okay, but they copied the iPhone with their always on display. You get to see the full wallpaper in the back. All right, last thing I like about the Galaxy S24 is the AI wallpaper. You get to generate different wallpapers, so you ever get bored looking at the same thing. There's so many different options, so many different AI. So it's kind of a neat little trick. I don't change my wallpaper that often, but it's there, and if you into changing your new wallpaper, it's always nice to have a bunch of refreshing look on it. Alright guys, so those are the things I like about the Galaxy S24. Okay, let's go. Alrighty, so back again. Baby's finally put to bed. Now just going to talk about some of the things I do not like about this phone. First off is the fact that for whatever reason it magically shut off while I was recording my last review video. So I spent at least 20 minutes recording that video just to come to find that it only recorded for a minute and a half. And the rest of it did not save. Still do not know what happened. I will chuck it to a fluke incident. Maybe it was user error. But regardless, just an inconvenient experience with the Galaxy S24. Next thing I don't really like is the fact that the base model only comes in 128GB. We got OnePlus 12 at $800, which offers a bigger phone and all the specs that rivals the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Yep, they give 256GB of storage along with fast charging and basically all the high-end specs. Then we got Samsung on the other hand, cheaping out with only 128GB of storage, 25-watt fast charging, which is pretty fast to be honest, but it is still a 5-year-old technology compared to what OnePlus is offering with their standards, so a lot of room for improvement there with Samsung. I still find that One UI is a little bit annoying for searching apps and wanting to move things around and just organizing it on your home screen. When you search for a particular app, you have to locate the app and then you can drag it to the home screen, or you can hit add to home screen, but it's just going to automatically move all the way to the top and then you got to drag it to wherever you want. Extra unnecessary steps. I don't know why they don't just let you search for the apps and just drag you into the home screen. I could have sworn a long time ago they used to let you do that, and somewhere along the way it just got changed and they never changed it back. Another minor inconvenient thing, but I guess after you already organize your home screen however you want, I typically don't really tinker with it that much. But when I'm setting up my new phones, I'm already searching for particular apps and then dragging it. Just so many extra steps that is needed just to organize the apps. So it's just a minor One UI thing in general, not specific to the Galaxy S24, but all of Samsung phones. I love Samsung phone, but there's always little weird nitpicky things that you can find about, I guess, any OS system or any phones really. But that's just something I wanted to call out. And third thing is the fact that the phone is still on the slippery side. I know it's nice and matted, there's no fingerprint on the back, but just holding the phone, even though it is a compact phone, is so slippery. And it is kind of a long phone, so if you want to reach the top of the phone, you got to tilt your finger up, do some finger gymnastic, bend the phone over, stretch your finger, and all that moving back and forth, it can potentially lead to your phone slipping. I almost dropped this phone a few times just because I'm just using it normally. In my prior videos, I was complaining about circle to search with the gestures, but I still have trouble doing it every now and then. I got a little bit better at it, but the coverage area is very small, so you gotta hit it perfectly in order to activate circle to search, especially using gestures. I find that the area is really small and hard to hit, but at least now I can get it to work maybe 70 to 80% of the time, compared to originally it was more like 50-50 or less. But I think originally what I was doing wrong is I was trying to drag the bottom, because there's a thing there I'm so used to just doing that to kind of activate the home screen, the back button, and all the recent app. But in order to activate circle to search, you kind of just need to hover over it and just press it down, and then you can activate it. So maybe just take some practice. But either way, if you're just sticking with the 3-button navigation button, that's definitely the easier way to do activate circle to search. Circle to search is still challenging with the gestures, but it's doable. I'm starting to get better with it, but I don't know. I still haven't really found a need for it, maybe because half the time I'm struggling to get it to work, so I don't really want to use it. So it sounds good in theory, but we shall see if it's going to be more useful down the line. And then the fifth thing that is just a little bit gimmicky is just all the AI features. I made a full video on that. In general, like, they got some cool stuff, like the recording app is similar to Pixel. They have the transcription, they have the summary. I always like the idea of that, but I never really go back and listen to my notes or do anything like that. But it lacks the online integration with Google. I just go online, I can just search all the recording, it's already transcribed on there, easier to use and search. Same thing with Samsung Notes. I love all the new templates and everything is categorized, put in and organized neatly for you. But if I can access it on the web, it kind of defeats the purpose for me. It's nice to have it on my phone. But if I want to actually be productive and use these things, I would like to use it on my phone and on my computer. And I don't want to have to go outside and buy a Samsung laptop just for that specific reason. So some lost opportunity there with some of the lack of integration for the desktop. I know you can use Samsung Dex. You can use a Microsoft Phone Link to kind of cast it over to your computer. But it's not the same thing as having a dedicated desktop experience. So once again, all these new AI tricks, they are a neat, fun toy to play with, but it's nothing that's really going to change your life, and I don't think it's worth upgrading just for these specific Galaxy AI stuff. But what is worth upgrading just for all the little minor things that I mentioned earlier, the fast fingerprint sensor, the ability to even unlock your phone while you're showering, and just all the little small quality of life improvement of this phone. Samsung did really well. And if you already have a flagship phone over the last 4 years, there's really nothing screaming out, you gotta upgrade this now with the S24. Don't get it for all the AI tricks. Maybe you're always on vacation and you're traveling. Then again, Google Translator is available, you can make that work. You don't gotta specifically use Samsung AI for a lot of these tricks. And just in general, if I were to have to use one phone over the next 7 years, I think this phone might be it. They've pretty much done everything right. It is the most polished one up to date. If you're looking for a new upgrade, it has loudspeakers. You can use it around water. It's easier to unlock. You got 7 years of software updates, so it will last you until 2031. And has a great battery. The camera is solid as well. Android Auto works well for my car, Mazda CX-5. If you get other cars, just do some more research around that if you're going to be committed in the long run. I like the matted back. If you prefer to go caseless with me, there's no fingerprint. And overall, it's just a well-built, boring phone, and it literally does everything pretty well. It doesn't bend, it doesn't fold, and there's nothing that's really going to wow you. It's just overall a solid phone. It does the job, and it works for my basic need. If you're looking for a small form factor that's easy to use, navigate with one hand. But if you want to go crazy a little, just get the flip with the folding series. There's always other options out there, but in general, the Samsung S series is the best specs that they have. It is the most reliable, the most consistent. All the other series in the Samsung lineup is a little bit more experimental. You gotta make compromises along the way. Even folding phones, they don't have full water and dust resistant. And the Galaxy Z Flip 5, it costs $1,000. It doesn't even have Samsung Dex. So little things like that get left off to save costs. But with the S24, you're getting Dex, you're getting all the premium specs, the best camera, the best battery, the whole 9 yards. And it's just a safe, solid phone. And it is the best that Samsung has to offer for a compact phone. Alright guys, I think that pretty much hits them all. Let me know if you will be getting the Galaxy S24. And if there's anything else you guys want me to cover, please check out day 6 if you haven't already. I talk more about the Samsung AI and how I think it is gimmicky, but let me know if you guys agree or not. And before ending the video, just want to give a quick shout out to my partner Mint Mobile. Currently, they offer a 5G plan for as low as $15 a month. You get access to fast data, text, and calling. Overall, great premium service, so make sure to check them out. Link in the description below. I appreciate the time as always, and see you guys in the next video.